Can you imagine the chances of a US regulator approving a spot XRP ETF are now as high as 95%? I'll explain why that percentage matters and what it could mean for XRP holders. Recent signals from Bloomberg show the likelihood of XRP ETF approval has jumped to between 90 and 95%. Why is this happening, and why do some predict a potential explosion in price? Well, prediction markets like Polymarket are pricing XRP approval around 90 to 98% by the end of 2025. If a spot XRP ETF gets the green light, we can expect a wave of institutional investment similar to the influx seen with Bitcoin. Ether spot ETFs flows in the tens of billions. Analysts from JPMorgan estimate initial inflows between $4 and $8 billion, while Teucrium's CEO suggests it could even exceed $8 billion in the first year. It wouldn't just be capital, it would represent institutional value. So what's driving this optimism? Well, let's break it down. First, the time. We're likely looking at a decision late in 2025. Around October, major applications are set to expire. If approved, this will open the floodgates for institutional investment. If rejected, well, the SEC will have to justify its decision, potentially setting up a legal challenge. And there's a strong incentive for the SEC to avoid this. Speaking of which, the second factor is the SEC's own inactivity, or should I say silence? They haven't publicly denied or delayed any major crypto ETF applications in months. In fact, they've acknowledged receipt of multiple spot Bitcoin ETF filings and are reviewing them. And remember, the SEC has already approved Bitcoin and Ethereum futures. The question now is whether they'll approve a spot ETF. Approval would bring several benefits, including easier access through traditional brokerage platforms. This would remove the need for investors to use wallets or engage in direct crypto. Imagine the impact on retail adoption: deeper liquidity, reduced volatility, and greater price stability. These are all hallmarks of a more mature market. And let's not forget the launch of XRP futures on CME and leveraged ETFs in the US. These developments strengthen the case for approval by showcasing a more mature, transparent market. And here's something else to consider. Canada has already approved exchange-traded XRP funds through its securities regulator. This offers a glimpse into how investors respond when faced with a regulated product. In fact, Teucrium's leveraged XRP futures ETF XXRP amassed around $122 million in OM within weeks of launch. This demonstrates strong demand and growing credibility. So what does all this mean for XRP holders? A spot ETF would signify a major shift in perception, legitimizing XRP as an institutional asset. It would open the door to a whole new world of investors and use cases. Now, some might argue that the sheer volume of money flowing in, let's say $4 to $8 billion, would overshadow the symbolic importance. But others would counter that the symbolic shift represents the real catalyst, making it a self-fulfilling prophecy. What do you think matters most? Join the conversation in the comments. And if you're not already part of our community, consider subscribing. Your support helps us deliver on our mission to empower the next generation of investors. Stay informed, make smarter decisions, and build your crypto confidence. Don't forget to hit the like button and ring the bell for notifications. Until next time,